Hey everyone, welcome back. Grimbeard here, and today we're diving back into using crafting professions to decorate your space. From blacksmithing to enchanting to engineering. I'll walk you through the basics of each step, so whether you're a veteran or just getting started, you'll have something to try at home. First up, blacksmithing. I wanted something really useful in my crafting room, so I picked the rusting bolted bench. It's the perfect piece in front of one of my work tables. It's always nice to be able to sit while you work. Let's talk about the mats. For this piece, I needed 15 Dornick fir, 4 handfuls of bismuth bolts, which I scooped from one of my engineers, and 5 core alloy. Easy enough. You can get these all over Kazaldar. Best spot for the lumber I found later on is down in Ashkahet near Farron's Advance. Once I had everything, I headed to the forge in Donegal. I always enjoy seeing the piece come out at the end. It's kind of satisfying after all that farming. Now comes the fun part. Placement. I mentioned earlier where I wanted to place it, so I did just that. Had to mess around with it to make sure I was facing the right way, and now it's perfect. Moving on to enchanting. I picked the Draenei Holopath, Draenei Holodice, and the Aldor Stellar Console from Outland Enchanting. These are great for adding a little bit of magical flair, and I wanted a spot in my crafting room to look a little bit more ready for enchanters. You're going to need altogether 80 Olemba lumber, 6 void crystals, 14 large prismatic shards, 16 greater planar essence, and 44 arcane dust. You can farm the lumber throughout Outlands, but the best spot was Sangar Marsh. The rest of the mats come from farming dungeons and disenchanting the gear drops. Once you have all that, simply create the items, and more importantly, click to learn the items. I forget that step sometimes and wonder why I can't find it in my house inventory. Place them together to create a sort of workstation in a corner of my crafting room. Full disclosure, I ended up moving it after crafting the next item. Just took a little bit of fiddling and to resize a few things, stand-up stuff. I wasn't aware that the hollow stuff would go on the floor. That's okay though. I think it still ended up looking pretty good. Almost there. There we go. Looks pretty sharp. Finally, engineering. I couldn't resist the half-hill cook pot. 100% because it's going to let me cook in my house, which is perfect. I cook for myself, my wife, everybody. For this one, I farmed bamboo and a huge amount of ghost iron. To make the cook pot, you need 30 bamboo, 20 trillium bars, 12 ghost iron bolts, 8 spirits of harmony, and 10 pieces of coal. The reason I farmed a ton of ghost iron was so I could send 300 bars to my main to transmute into trillium using alchemy. Much easier than trying to farm the trillium itself. That's just my opinion. Trillium takes forever to gather. You need white trillium, black trillium, combine those, takes forever. Crafting was hands down the easiest part, but worth it. I placed it down right in the spot that I placed that those enchanting items. I couldn't be more geeked about it. That wraps up this episode, going through blacksmithing, enchanting, and engineering decor. I hope you found some ideas to take in your own houses. I will be covering tailoring and leatherworking in the future, so stay tuned for that. Not soon, but soon. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, have a good one.